everyone, it's Sami from Sami's Sweet Life, and today we are pillow chatting. Since my last pillow chat was midweek, I decided to wait until the following Friday to post one of these for you guys. So I have almost 2 weeks of pillow goodness to discuss with you guys, and I am so excited. I did that pillow chat video and then realized the Power Zone challenge started right after that. So I am knee deep into week 2 of Power Zone, and I'm totally cheating, guys. I am not following the cues at all. I think I did for like the first 2 rides, and then I decided I was gonna watch Grey's Anatomy and just pedal, and that's what I've been doing ever since. So I just finished week 2, ride 2. I did the thing where I'm doing 3 rides a week plus what they're calling the accelerator, which is just any 30-minute class. There's 2 options. There's any 30-minute pillow class, or you can do the specific outlined 30-minute class that they pick. And I just do my own thing. Last week I rode most days. I got 51.6 miles last week, and I was so proud of myself for doing so much mileage. And then this week I'm off to a really good start. It is Tuesday. I rode Sunday, Monday, and this morning, which is Tuesday. So I feel like on top of the world, getting my cardio hit in, and I'm getting some good mileage. Like even the days I'm doing a 30-minute ride, I'm still getting about 7 miles in, which is just great. I feel very much back to my old pillow self, which has been really nice. I have incorporated in a tiny bit of strength training, but I want to get better about doing more bar again. I was really enjoying the bar classes, and Olivia actually asked me the other day, because it's not competition season, we're on the off season now as far as dance goes. She did try out and get on the dance team now for the 3rd year going into this fall. It'll be her 3rd year on dance team. So this summer she's just doing a ton of classes, and because of how her schedule lines up, I haven't even mentioned bar or anything to her. It's kind of the off season. I want her to just be a kid and relax and have fun. And she asked me yesterday, she's like, Mom, when are we doing bar again? And I was like, oh, I was just kind of waiting for you to want to do it. She's like, I want to do it. I've been waiting for you. And so we're going to try to do like 10 or 20-minute bar classes in the evening together again, which will be really fun. I really enjoy doing those with her. And I really just enjoy the bar in general. Even when she doesn't want to do it with me, I like to do those classes by myself. So I'm gonna flip open my handy dandy fitness planner. This is from Plum paper. I have links all down below for you guys if you're interested. I'm gonna flip back actually to last week, because there's a lot of stuff. I took 1 rest day last week, which was a Friday. I did stuff on Thursday the following week, and then I've done some stuff here and there ever since. So I did end up taking another core class, another Pilates class, and I wanted to do this like really easy rest day thing. I thought I'd do like 30 minutes of classes between Pilates, yoga, and stretching. I had done a glutes and legs that totally just made me super sore. So I did this routine. I stacked up 3 classes, 10 minutes of Pilates, 10 minutes of stretching, and 10 minutes of yoga. And let me tell you, the Pilates kicked my butt. It was even a beginner Pilates, and they were doing some major core work, and I was like, no, this is supposed to be my rest days. I did only 5 with the Pilates, then I did 10 yoga and 10 stretching, and that helped a lot. Like just adding in some extra stretching and a little bit of movement made it so I wasn't super sore the next day. But man, the Pilates, even the easy Pilates, are really, really hard for me. So that's something I can maybe consider for the future, but I'm totally into bar. I love the burn that you get with bar in your booty and legs and core and like all the right places with these teeny tiny muscles that they're working. I totally love that, but the Pilates just did not work for me. And then last week I went straight into doing the Power Zone rides. I got 3 Power Zone rides in and 1 other class for a total of 51 miles. And I got into the 800s on my virtual challenge. So I've been doing the Conqueror virtual challenges. I picked the Estrada Real to do, and it was over 1,000 miles. As of last week, I was down to 880 miles left on that goal. I was really happy I got platinum for week 1, which means I did my 3 rides, and then the accelerator, which is that extra 30-minute class. I ended up doing an extra 45-minute ride. I just picked a ride because I started watching Grey's Anatomy, but only on the bike. So I just picked a 45-minute class so I could watch a full episode. It was just a Bradley Rose. I'm picking ones where I don't like the music. So like any 80s class, I pretty much don't like 80s music. There's certain songs I like, but for the most part, I don't like those classes. So I'm picking those, just muting the class, and then setting Grey's Anatomy on. That's how I'm doing it. I'm totally cheating, and I started doing that midway through last week's Power Zone, so I've been doing that ever since and just muting the actual rides. And so far this week, Monday and today, Tuesday, I did 2 Power Zone rides, and now I'm down to 852 miles left on that Conqueror virtual challenge. So I'm really happy I'm getting down, and I'm hoping, let's see, I've got 1, 2, 3 more days this month. I'm hoping I can really knock a little bit more of that out. Probably could squeeze in at least 2 30-minute rides and then that 60-minute ride, and really just knock some more out of that leftover mileage. I would be super happy to get into the 700s early in July and just keep chugging away at that. I've been really just knocking out the miles and really enjoying watching Grey's Anatomy. So I watched Grey's Anatomy live when it came out on TV every week for years and years, like years and years, and I haven't watched it in so long. I went back and watched some of it over again years and years ago again. There's 19 seasons or over 19 seasons and I didn't get that far the last time I rewatched. So this time I'm really trying to commit to watching the entire thing all the way through. I don't even know if it's still on TV anymore. I don't think it is, but I'm gonna try to watch all of it. And so far I'm like 7 episodes in. Especially if I'm just doing it when I'm riding the bike, it's gonna be rough. I don't know that I can ride the bike that much, but I could at least like watch about an episode a day if I'm riding a little bit every day. That's my main goal, is to like exercise while I'm watching the show. And I really want a treadmill because I feel like it would be way easier to just walk or power walk and just watch like that. But so far I'm just riding on the bike because that's all we've got. And I really do enjoy riding the bike, even if it is just like sitting there mindlessly watching a TV show. I'm getting exercise in. Like this morning, I did sweat because I just sweat when I'm on the bike. I talk to other people, like I'm a super heavy sweater. I get sweaty whatever I'm doing, especially like living in Texas where it's super hot. Just like loading the kids in and out of the car, I'll be sweaty, but I'm just a sweaty person in general. So I definitely sweat on these rides, but when I'm doing leisurely pace, I'm not like pouring with sweat. I just go take a quick little rinse shower and I can call it a day. But even like leisurely pace today, I was still, like I said, still sweating a little bit, but I got 10 miles in just like that, like not even thinking about it, just watching a show I really want to watch and like getting sucked in. And my ride cut off a little bit before the end of my episode and I was like, oh, I want to pedal more because I want to watch my show, but I had to get both girls ready. So I didn't have any more time to use for it. But some nights, even now, I'm like, you know, I could pedal for 30 minutes to go watch a little bit more of my show. It's definitely adding in extra motivation to ride when I'm limiting my TV consumption to the riding time. So anyway, that's just been my little thing I've been doing the last couple weeks, but I've been really enjoying it. That's enough of actually walking down what I have done. I really like the power zone. I like getting in the minutes, in the miles, getting the cardio work in pretty much every single day. I take rest days here and there, but it's most days I'm doing this and I really enjoy it. I really enjoy the power zone groups. There's a power zone pack group that you can join, and then there's specific teams. So I'm on the alpacas team. I actually have some goals that I want to talk about. It is almost July. In a couple more days, it will be a new month, and I ended up writing out my July goals in my Moxie life, and I want to go over what my fitness goals are. I am back on the MyFitnessPal bandwagon. I'm tracking again. I go back and forth between whether I care or don't care. I feel like, especially like if you have fitness and body goals, it is really hard. It's really time consuming. It takes a lot of mental energy and just energy in general to be tracking your food, watching what you eat, thinking about all the stuff, exercising, doing all the things right. It's just a lot of energy that you have to dedicate to it. And as a mom with 2 small kids, sometimes I just don't give a flip. Like sometimes I'm like, I don't care. I'll just be a little bit fluffy. I don't care. I'm gonna eat all the good things, enjoy life, and not have to think about all this stuff. And then sometimes I get really gung-ho where I'm like, yes, I have fitness goals. I do want to work on myself. I love myself enough to put in the time and effort, but it's exhausting. Like just life in general with little kids sometimes can be super exhausting. So I just have a limited amount of energy resources to dedicate to things. And this is one of those things where I'm like, sometimes it's important, sometimes it's not, and it is back to being important again. So I'm tracking with MyFitnessPal, I'm weighing out snacks, I'm getting the portioned size things, I'm trying to up my protein a little bit and just make better choices. It's not so much that I'm trying to deprive myself of things, nothing's off limits, but I just want to make better choices. So like one of my favorite things right now is Icelandic yogurt. I went on antibiotics a while back because we all got strep, and I started to do a little bit more probiotic things. So I got Icelandic yogurt in lemon flavor, and it was amazing. I like the vanilla bean as well, but the lemon was like a dessert. It's like super thick yogurt. I don't like Greek yogurt because it feels like drying in my mouth. I don't know how to explain it. I just don't like the texture of it at all, and I don't really like the flavor of it. But Icelandic yogurt is done in a different way. It's also a really high protein yogurt, and this happens to be lemon, and it's amazing. I'll show like a picture up on the screen of the exact one that I get, and it's like a dessert. I think it's like 150 calories. It's 11 grams of protein. It has 6 grams of added sugar in it, which I'm okay with, some added sugar here and there, but it's like a dessert. So I've been having this every single night for like weeks and weeks. It's just my like nightly treat, and it is so good. It's just like a lemon cheesecake or lemon mousse type of consistency, and I love it so much. So Definitely recommend if you're like trying to up your protein, it's a little extra protein kick. That's like my treat at the end of the day. I've been really just trying to track everything, watch what I'm eating a little more carefully, not just kind of like mindlessly finishing the kids' meals, which I'm totally guilty of. I was like, oh, like there's half a grilled cheese left on her plate. I want to finish it because I don't want it to go to waste. Like it's too good to waste. And then I'm eating extra hundreds of calories every day, just kind of mindlessly doing that kind of thing. Or like when the kids grab a snack, I grab a snack just because the kids are snacking. And it's things like that that really just add up and just totally destroy any kind of progress I could possibly make. So I'm really trying to be more mindful about what's going in, just tracking it. And yeah, still having my late night treat with my lemon yogurt. It was so good. Like, so good. It's such a good dessert. Otherwise, just trying not to mindlessly snack, like picking better options for meals and stuff. But for the most part, it's really about the snacking for me. I can totally undo any sort of progress at the end of the day when I grab a bag of chips. You guys know I can hoover a bag of chips like nothing. So it's really that end of the day once the kids are in bed and I can relax and I can sit there and mindlessly just like shovel the food in. That's when I really can undo any sort of good progress I've made. So I'm just trying to be more careful. And that's like the main health and wellness thing on here is just tracking. And as far as exercise, I've got 2 things on here. It's the Power Zone Challenge. I'm really trying to keep up with it. And I think with this like new Grey's Anatomy way, I feel like I could totally knock it out. Like as long as nothing health-wise happens, I can get it done. Like being more leisurely paced about it, not really caring about what zones I'm in or anything, just pedaling and getting the mileage in. I think I can totally do it. And is it cheating? Absolutely. I'm doing the rides, but I don't know if it's against the rules if you're not trying to stick to your zones, and it may be. They may kick me out for this, but I just am trying to pedal. That's all I'm doing. I'm pedaling, enjoying my Grey's Anatomy. The other line on here says Grey's Anatomy riding most days, and that's just, you know, getting on the bike every morning, doing a 30-minute between those Power Zone classes and just knocking them out. But the other thing I want on here is bar. I didn't write it in, but it's something I want to do with Olivia as she wants to. I'll do some bar with her and incorporating in some strength here and there. But when I'm doing Power Zone challenges, it's really hard for me to incorporate much else because that's me riding a minimum of 4 days a week. And that can be a lot. So I don't really incorporate in a whole lot of strength training during a Power Zone challenge, but I would like to make strength more of a priority. Moving forward after this challenge, I think I could balance it a little bit better between strength and riding. But for now, it's really just riding heavy right now. Just trying to get as much mileage in as possible. My main 2 priorities as far as this goes is just riding and doing the Power Zone challenges and just tracking what I eat. Like even if I have a bad day, I'm just going to try to keep writing it down and keeping track of it. There are really just seasons of time where stuff's hard. There's like a hierarchy of priorities, and sometimes the getting fit and trying to build muscle is just not it. It's just not high up on the totem pole. So sometimes it's just not going to be in the forefront, and I am going to get fluffier sometimes, and I'm trying to be okay with that. I do realize what happens like when it happens. Basically, like I'll get to it when I get to it. And right now I'm in that process and that mindset of like trying to get leaner and build some more muscles and that type of thing. So I don't know, these discussions are always really hard to have because like on the one hand, like diet culture is so pervasive and I don't want to feed into that. But on the same level, if I'm going to get lean and build muscle, I have to track certain things. You have to be in a calorie deficit for certain things to happen. It's kind of science, but I don't want to feed into that like no carbs and no dairy and no sugar and you can't enjoy desserts and all that kind of stuff that really feeds into it. And I watched family members struggle and still struggle to this day with these kind of same issues. Like everybody wants a magic pill, like hello, there's this new trending thing happening, these shots that people are taking. Diet culture is real and it's super toxic and it can be crazy and everybody wants an easy way out. I know the process. There's no magic shortcuts, like everything has a cost. So these drugs, they have a cost. And I want to do it the old-fashioned way of like calorie deficit and strength. Like I know the cycling can be counterproductive. Like you're burning a lot of calories during a really heavy cycling thing. Not necessarily the ones I'm doing. They're not super intense, but for a lot of cardio, it's really calorie burning, but it also makes you super hungry. So I'm definitely walking that line of trying not to like make my appetite go through the roof and undo all the progress. At the end of the day, I know what's going to work for me, and depriving myself is not it. Like if I say no carbs or no sugar or some other thing where I have to limit something, I just know it's not going to work for me and it's not sustainable for me. So I've really got to be very careful with how I approach it for my own sanity. But yeah, there's a really long random discussion about diet culture and stuff. Take from it what you will, and I'm going to leave you with that. So I hope you guys are well. Give me a thumbs up, subscribe, follow me along for more pillow chat videos. I'll try to have another one for you guys next Friday. I hope you have a great week. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye.